everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of the Tailgate, SNY's newest digital show centered around the Jets and the Giants. That is our NFL insider, Ralph Vacchiano. I am Michelle Margaux, and we're going to dive right into this week's takeaways, which are all of the questions that you want answered after week 1. So we will start with the Jets. Ralph, what if Adam Gase and Sam Darnold are not the answers on the offense that we thought they were?
Sure, let's feed right into the panic, which I'm sure Jets fans are absolutely experiencing right now. Look, obviously it was just one game, but it's a fair question because everything about their future has been built around those two guys. And that first game was a disaster for both of them. So if this continues a little longer, it's going to head towards a nightmare scenario that Jets fans probably don't want to think about right now.
All right, well, let's switch gears to the New York Giants. What do you think is the biggest area of concern moving forward?
They're not as panicky over there, which I guess is progress for them. Watching that first game, the biggest area of concern for me was the offensive line. It was supposed to be fixed, right? And we watched Daniel Jones get pressured all night long, and we watched Saquon Barkley rush for 6 yards. It is going to be a work in progress. It's probably better than it was, but boy, they better hope in week 2 that they get something much better than that, because the Chicago Bears defense is going to be pretty dangerous too.
All right, now let's switch things up and call an audible. Ralph, you know I'm a big fan of yours, right?
Yeah, of course. Who isn't?
Okay. Your work from home setup on Sunday was so depressing. We got to get, you know what? Actually, we are going to have interior decorators use the hashtag SNY Tailgate so we can hire them to fix whatever that was.
It's pretty bare bones compared to all this clutter I have here. And honestly, it's several TVs short. I need like a wall of TVs to make it real.
It seemed like a jail cell maybe, but just at least you're watching football. Our coordinating producer, Gerard Guilfoyle, his setup, in my opinion, tops yours a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, guys, it's not the setup I'm used to. Usually I might be at the game and be around a group of people enjoying some beverages and some food. My son decided I shouldn't be alone, so he brought some of his friends downstairs. They didn't bring much to the table. They were very quiet, which I don't think helped. But, guys, later in the show, I'm looking forward to seeing another setup that was probably a little bit more improved than the ones that we have.
Ralph, do you sit in the yellow beanbag chair?
Not if I ever want to get up from the yellow beanbag chair.
All right, let's dive into the friend zone and welcome in NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport. Last week, you said on WFAN Net that the Jets could win 6 games this season. After week 1, do you still think that?
Yes, I still think that. Last year, the personnel was not good, right? And they still closed the season really hard. They still won a bunch of games at the end. They still looked like a normal, competent team with more than 6 wins. Why can't they do that this year? I didn't think that was that crazy of a statement, but, it is the Jets, so I get it.
You've covered in your past Nick Saban. You've covered Bill Belichick. We've got the disciple of both of them in Joe Judge. How do you think Joe Judge is different from those two guys you learned?
First of all, I would say I've known Joe Judge for a long time, more than 10 years, ever since he was a special teamer at Mississippi State. Probably as smart a coach as you could ever imagine. He is amazing at taking complex concepts and helping explain it to normal humans, like, say, reporters or players.
We just saw Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook get a boatload of money. Barkley's on the clock next. What kind of contract is he looking at possibly after this season?
Yeah, I mean, bigger. Kamara's not the focus of the offense. Stopping Drew Brees is the focus of the offense. So he benefits from that. Saquon right now is literally the focus. And contract-wise, he's going to get more. He should get more.
All right, we will hear more from Ian in a bit, but it is time now for Homefield Advantage. And yes, 2020 is a weird season ahead of us. So we want to see how you guys are tailgating at home. Let's head out to Long Island.
Hey, welcome. I'm Bob. Come on in. This is my bar. All right, let me show you around. This is my 11 by 8 foot bar. My friend and big time bartender. This is Eli, my giant mascot. Extra seating area, fire pit, second bar for an overflow crowd. Over here I have my 2 grills. Go Big Blue. Sean and Chris. Tonight with some wings, dogs, cornhole competition going on. My granddaughter, all dressed in her giant outfit, getting ready for the game. On the fridge, fully stocked.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
All right, well, that looked a lot better than anything we have going on, guys.
I just want an invitation to that party next time. It'd be much more interesting than what I did on Sunday.
All right, well, don't forget to send us your submissions using the hashtag SNY Tailgate via Twitter and Instagram. We want to hear more from you fans, so let's head into the comment section where we hear from you guys directly. And I believe our first fan is an Eagles fan.
What's going on, Tailgate? It's your man, Mr. Woods from Fizzle, a.k.a. Fizzle Woods. Yeah, I was excited this weekend watching the Eagles doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there, dirty bird. You know what I'm saying? Wentz is in his bag playing with the spirit of Randall until we got to the second half. At least it wasn't the Giants or the Cowboys. Which one of them teams are not going to carry the dreaded Ofer and be 0-2 at the end of this week?
Wow, he is some kind of fired up about this awful division, and I hate to kill his buzz, but it's not going to be the Eagles that are going to survive the first 2 weeks. The most likely team to not be 0-2, it's the Dallas Cowboys. They're home against the Atlanta Falcons. The Cowboys might be 1-1, and that might be good enough for first place.
What's up, Tailgate? This is Rob, and as a Jets fan, I don't even know what to say after Sunday. That was brutal. So I don't even want to ask about the Jets. I want to ask about the Patriots. In comes Cam Newton, dominates the Dolphins. How many more years of this Patriots dominance do I have to put up with?
Cam Newton's a good quarterback. I don't know why we thought that they were going to take a big step back. I do believe the Buffalo Bills have a chance to win this division, but if you're counting out the Patriots, you're a fool.
All right, let me ask you this. If Cam Newton succeeds in New England and Tom Brady does not succeed in Tampa Bay, how does that affect Tom Brady's legacy?
His legacy is he's going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game. But the reality is we've all looked at New England and said, is it Bill Belichick or is it Tom Brady? And we're going to have an answer to that question. I don't know if it's going to be the right answer, but if Bill Belichick wins without Brady, everybody's going to say, you know what? He was the genius behind that dynasty. It wasn't all about the quarterback.
Well, time will tell. Apparently, you are a die-hard Mets fan and you have a cutout at Citi Field this year. What does being a Mets fan mean to you?
People always ask, like, oh, you know, I know, they always say the same thing. Like, I know you have to be unbiased, but who's your team? And I'm like, I am unbiased. And the Mets are my team. And it's true. They're the only team that I root for. I love the Mets. It's very sad. It's a tough life. I grew up, you know, as big a Mets fan as you can imagine. I'm probably the only kid with a Dave Magadan full, you know, jersey and pants and jacket. My friends and I would dress up in Hawaiian shirts and go cheer on Benny Agbayani when we were, you know, sneak down to the expensive seats when we were in high school. So I've been through it, man. I have really been through it. And I'm optimistic. I hope better things are coming. And when the Mets win the World Series again, that will be quite a moment.
All right, well, last question, and then we will let you go. Who do you think has a better shot at making the playoffs, the Jets or the Giants? And if you really want, you can throw the Mets in there if you think that's the team that's going to make the playoffs.
Mets season's running short. I mean, we can get on a little run, but I really think the Giants are going to be okay, and maybe better than okay. You know, because I could see them as the kind of team that's like 6-6 to start December. Maybe not quite ready to win, but, you know, sometimes those teams catch fire. Daniel Jones looks like he's headed in the right direction. I believe in Joe Judge. I think the Giants got a shot.
Well, Ian, thank you so much for your time. We certainly appreciate it, and we always enjoy hearing what you have to say.
All right, good stuff, guys. Take care.
I'm in the pocket. I'm in the pocket.
All right, let's head into the pocket and try to put some money in your pocket, where we take a look at the Week 2 spread. The New York Giants are 5.5-point underdogs going into Chicago. What do you think, Ralph?
Well, first of all, if my betting advice was any good, my living room that we showed earlier would look the heck of a lot better. I think the Giants are just good enough to stay in a lot of games and keep it close. Anytime you get a spread up around 5 points or so, I think they've got a chance to go into Chicago and lose this game by a field goal. So I might take the Giants with those points in this game.
All right, Rake It In Ralph, is that your best bet of the week?
Well, look, if we're giving gambling nicknames, Wreck It Ralph is probably much more appropriate. And to be clear, I don't have any best bets. I don't even have good bets, but I feel okay about that one.
All right, well, let's switch over to the Jets. They are 7-point underdogs at home against the 49ers this week.
Well, I don't usually like the big spreads, but in the Jets' case, after watching that disaster on Sunday, I can't imagine that they're going to stay close to the 49ers. By the way, not only are the 49ers good, but they're angry, and their pass rush is going to overwhelm the Jets' offense. You could give me 2 touchdowns, and I don't think I would pick the Jets in this game.
All right, well, that'll do it for week 2 of the Tailgate. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Ralph Vacchiano. I am Michelle Margaux, and we will see you next week.